Hi everyone, I'm AJ Hebb, and as you can tell, I have a new setup. I finally moved, and that's why I haven't posted a video in a while because I've been busy moving, and then I'm probably starting a new job soon, so everything's just a little busy for me. But I'm glad to say that I went to Hobby Lobby a few months ago, and I found this USB microphone. It's plugged into the computer right now. I tested it out and yeah, there is a difference. So hopefully my videos will be sounding a lot better. And as for the lighting, that's something I'm still experimenting too. So if you have any advice on how I can do better, or like any advice, I would appreciate that. So I thought today would be a great day to cover two movies that I've watched for the first time that's very well known. First is Halloween 1978 and then Halloween 2018. The Star Avengers did a sync viewing of both movies, and I'm someone who's kind of new to the horror genre. I can't say that I dislike them and that's why I stayed away from them. It's just um, I was very sensitive when it came to like being scared, but now that I'm like having a good grasp on my panic disorder and have a new perspective on movies, I thought it'd be fun to try it out. So I watched both the original and the 2018 sequel with the Star Avengers. And if you're someone like me who wants to get into the Halloween franchise, but you want to like take a little sneak peek before watching, I recommend checking out Dead Meat's videos of the Halloween franchise, because not only did I get introduced to most of the movies, I was not aware that there were not only sequels but a remake already. I learned a lot watching those videos and talking to my friends about it, so I'm glad I did that. I want to do two movie reviews. They're going to be short since it's just one video, but I just want to cover like 1978, 2018, and which of them do I prefer. I don't think this matters. So first I'm going to cover 1978 Halloween. I remember watching this with my Star Avenger friends, and I was very terrified as soon as Michael Myers began to make his presence known. But I also really like how I got to know Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie, and she, along with Michael Myers, are the standouts in the movie. She's just such an awesome final girl, and she's very authentic with her screams, whimpers. You actually cared about Laurie and like what was going on around her, and you just wanted to make sure she gets out alive. I remember I had to watch Knives Out immediately afterward just to remind myself that both Jamie and I are okay. Oh, but then Michael. I had a rough idea on Michael Myers. I just didn't know the impact he would be leaving, because yes, he's a killer, but he's pure evil as well, just as Dr. Loomis says. Like, he's doing everything just because. No other reason. That's terrifying. I also really like Dr. Loomis, rest in peace to the actor who played him, because he was just like, okay, this is how you kill Michael, and people thought he was crazy for it. Meanwhile, I'm just like, why are we not following this guy? Like, I get that he's a little insane, like when you approach him, but he knew what to do about Michael. Oh my gosh, it was just like, that's the interesting about the 1978 movies, that my perspective was the audience is put in this like safety glass of the viewing, because we were watching these characters from our perspective. It was like watching a cutscene from a video game. You have no control about what's about to happen, and as you see Michael coming, you are just left going, oh my gosh, no, get away. But no, you can't do anything, and that's terrifying. Same thing goes with the cinematography of the 1978 version, is that, again, it is the characters, it's in the characters' environment. That's the perspective, because there was a lot of one shots or long takes that really emphasize the environment, as if we have to go find Michael. There was like a lot of shots where I'm just like, okay, where is he? Where is that lone figure? And every time I didn't see him, that scared me, because I was like, where is he? Because I knew he was going to be off killing somebody somewhere. Oh my gosh, and the score, the iconic John Carpenter score. When I was watching it with my Starvenger friends, it was immediately playing in the beginning, and I was just going like this, and they were like, "Hey Jay, are you popping to this?" I'm like, "Yeah," but then when I finished the movie, I was like, "Okay, I hate that song because I know what's coming when that plays." So yeah, I really liked Halloween 1978, even though it scared me a lot. So I'd rate it probably a 4.5 out of 5 stars. But that's when things are going to get interesting because I think the 2018 Halloween is just as good. And that's really, really weird because, like, the 2018 is the sequel to the original movies because it retcons the other sequels and the other remakes. But it still pays homage to them. There's like little subtle hints throughout the movie. I think one example is the opening credit scene when the pumpkin, when it was like dead and rotting, and you just see it slowly build back up. I think that's like an homage to Halloween 3. That's a movie that I plan on watching by myself because I like how it does not connect to the Michael Myers story, but it's still a good movie. I actually am interested in the concept of that. And of course, what's really interesting is that we go from the perspective of the audience watching all these characters get murdered to the characters themselves, especially Laurie. You can tell she never recovered from what happened to her friends and Michael's victims, and I can't blame her. Like, that's traumatizing. But I do understand what her daughter Karen is trying to do is like bring her mother back into the present. I understand that because that's the healthy thing to do, but like trauma is different for everyone. It's a sensitive topic. So one moment I'm like, yes, Lori. The next I'm like, yes, Karen. But at the same time, it's like everybody's different. It's hard for me to like. You can't really pick a side or like pick a story because like they're both trying to do the right thing, but there's something stopping them. And I feel like this is the main perspective of the movie is Laurie's journey from the trauma to stopping Michael. But I also like we also got perspectives of her granddaughter. I think it's very refreshing to see a healthy grandchild and grandparent relationship. Reminded me of how close I was with my grandmother. She passed away in 2017. I consider her my role model. And there were some minor characters that I'm like, okay, you're gonna get killed and you're gonna get killed. But that's what me and the Starvengers point out. It's like the movie wants you to know who's going to get killed. That way, like, you don't get like too attached, but at the same time, you're still interested to see what's going to happen to them. And then, of course, there's Michael, this 60-year-old man, 60-ish-year-old man, is more terrifying this in this sequel than the original, because not only is he pure evil and he's doing things just because of that, but now they are not planned objectives. He is killing anyone he feels like to kill. That one scene where he just walks into that lady's house. She wasn't doing anything. She wasn't talking about him. She wasn't like making fun of Halloween or anything. She was just minding her own business along with the couple from the previous, and he just kills her in that. That really scared me. I was so scared because to know that there's someone like that out there, like if there's someone outside my house, I don't know when I would die. I say when instead of if because I definitely would die. One, I'm a babysitter. One, I love working with kids, so Michael would come after me, and I'm like, the goody two shoes. He would come after me. So that's the terrifying part. When would I die? Because I know he would come after me, and that's terrifying. I am a young woman in my 20s, and I know I will get killed by this old, tall man. He's scary. I mean, I have a cat, and Michael doesn't kill cats, but at the same time, I know he still will kill me. He just won't kill my cat, and that's fine. Rocky is the best. Again, with the perspective changing from the characters in the original to Laurie specifically and some married characters in this movie, the cinematography is also part of that. There was like a lot of shots that's focusing on the main character instead of the environment, so you could really watch these characters. and it puts you in their place. Now instead of like you being on the outside of the wall, this glass, the screen, just being helpless to of these for these characters who are getting killed off, you are now in their shoes. From the little boy and his dad on the side of the road, to the one cop whose head got the bathroom scene. That was probably the most terrifying because you just are watching this girl, she's just doing whatever, and then Michael, you just see his feet, and they're so casual and it's terrifying because you know it's Michael, but you feel like you're in the girl's spot and you are helpless. And as soon as he was like dropping those teeth, I was like, oh my gosh, it was, yes, this movie freaked me out even more, gave me even more anxiety. Oh my gosh. So I'm probably going to wait until Halloween Kills comes on streaming service because some of my Star Avenger friends saw it last night and they were I can't even describe their reaction. Like one of them was in tears and that concerned me. So I went on IMDb, looked at the warnings. That's what I usually do for some movies is look at the warnings, not the spoiler ones, but the ones that like in case there's some triggers. And the fact that it's more gruesome, more depressing, and more gorier than the 2018 version, I don't think I would do well mentally in theaters. So I'm gonna wait until Halloween Kills drops on the streaming service. But otherwise, yeah, the Halloween franchise, I did not expect myself to really like it. I can't say I love it just because, like, again, I'm an anxious person. I hate that Michael Myers is probably one of the most scariest characters known to me. Like, ah. But again, I just really love it. I just love how iconic Michael is, how iconic Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie is, and I like how it, despite the story like being about a killer, it still gives off Halloween vibes. That's my shirt, that's the pumpkins, all the costumes. That's what I really appreciate about the Halloween franchise. I probably have to say I prefer Halloween 2018 a little bit more because while I'm still going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, just like 1978, I think I prefer it a little bit more than the original just because I became more terrified of Michael. It's now through Laurie's perspective and the after effects of the original movie, and there's just a lot more homage to the other movies without really disrespecting or forgetting what happened in those movies. And the fact that we're only gonna get one more movie in the trilogy, Halloween Ends, I don't know how I feel about that since I'm just, I need a break from Michael, that's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so did you happen to rewatch the Halloween movies this weekend, or did you see Halloween Kills that's premiering today? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you love about the Halloween franchise, what you hate, or what you thought of the new Halloween movie. I hope to do another video soon. I really watched a movie where people say that this is a bad movie, but I found myself loving it and need to talk about it. I won't be giving any clues. So I hope you all are having a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.